Hi everyone, welcome to my video. My name is Mark, and in this video I'll show you how to build an office building or any other building in Somnium Space. We will use the Somnium Builder that allows you to place all different kinds of items like walls, floors, roofs, pillars, and even plants or furniture. This video is separated into three sections. First I'll show you the user interface, then I'll explain you the basics, and finally we will build an office building. Let's get started. After you open the Somnium Builder, you will get access to three test parcels, which can be found in the upper left corner. And as you can see, they are of different size, S, M, and XL. Next to that, you have the FAQ button, where you can find questions and tips, hotkeys, or restrictions. Next to that, you can choose between daytime, nighttime, or you can choose dynamic, which will switch the time automatically between day and night. Next to that, you have the performance button. By clicking on it, you will decrease the rendering size, which may increase your performance depending on your device. With this box, you can activate or deactivate alternative controls. Here you have the plus and minus buttons for zooming in or zooming out. And with these buttons, you hide or display the builder interface. This is handy for taking screenshots, for instance. And last, you have the VR preview function. This allows you to see your buildings in VR mode, but for this you have to have a VR device, of course. Let's talk builder interface. In Somnium Space, each parcel has a maximum amount of credits that can be spent on items depending on its size. So on bigger parcels, you can spend more credits than on smaller ones. And you can see the credits here in this box. To see the price of any item, go to the inventory. Here, in the upper right corner, you can see its price. Note that prices are very different. While this wall, for instance, costs you only 2 credits, a TV will cost you 50 credits. By clicking on this box, you can display or hide the grid, and with this bar you adjust its height. This grid is very handy for placing items more accurately, and I'll later show you how I use it during my build. By clicking on the trash button here, you will see the trash can. And what the trash can is, it is basically a history of your deleted items, with the difference that you can place the items back in a different order than you have deleted them. So for instance, if I delete this door right here, and then I delete this plant, if I use the undo button, it will put the items back in the order I've deleted them. So first the plant comes back, and then the door. But if I use the trash can, I can put them back in different order. So first the door, and then the plant. And this is a very handy tool during building some more complicated structures, and we will maybe use it later during my build. Next to that, you have the clear parcel button. By clicking on it, you just simply delete everything from your parcel. Then you have the undo and redo buttons. I think that's self-explanatory. And next to that, you have the history bar that shows you how many steps you can go back, basically. You see here. Next to that, you can save your building. By clicking on it, your building will be saved to your device, and next time you open Somnium Space, it will be displayed on your parcel. Then you have the upload function. So if you have bought land on the Somnium map, you can upload your building to it. And then you have the export function, so you can basically export your building in a different type of file and save it in your device. The last thing we have to cover here is the baseplate function, and to see it, I'll quickly remove my building. So as you can see, the baseplate evens your parcel. By unclicking it, we can see that the parcels are usually very uneven, and by adding a base plate, you will even it out, and it will help you to achieve a better looking result. Because otherwise, as you can see, your building or parts of it would be hovering in the air. Let's talk about items and how to place them, scale them, how to apply different colors and textures. So to place an item, just choose it in the inventory, click on it, and you place it to your parcel like this. After you place an item, there will be 3 axes displayed. By clicking on the axis, you can move it. If you click on one of these 3 squares, you can move the item in 2 directions or on 2 axes at the same time. Here with this button, you can rotate it. So then again 3 axes will be displayed. And you can rotate your item like this. If you want to achieve some accurate results, let's say 90 degrees rotation, then you can simply hold Control on your keyboard, and then you'll rotate your item by 15 degrees. So it's very easy to achieve 90 or 180 degrees with this function. Next to that, you can see the scale button. By clicking on it, you can scale your item, and you do it like this. Like this, or you can scale it into all directions at the same time. Now here comes one thing that I don't like about Somnium Space, and that is that you can't change or alter the size of any item just into one direction, except the height, as you can see. But when it comes to the width or the depth, it always goes into both sides, and that can be very annoying because let's say you have a wall here like this, and we want now to make the wall bigger, or rather say wider, to the right, but you just can't simply take it from here and drag it to there, but you have to scale it. You have to scale it like this, and then it will go into both directions, and after scaling the object you will have to move it back into position. So this is not very well done, and I hope that they will change it in the future. Then you have the duplicate function. It basically just duplicates your object or item. Here, as I already did, you can change the color of any object. So you just click on the object, you choose it, and then you can apply different colors. And here you can also apply different textures, like this, for instance. Apply. And here you can also upload your own textures from your PC if you would like to. Now I would like to show you some of the more advanced stuff. So to move an object, you just click on it. And in Somnium Space, you can place objects into one another like this. But what happens if you want to align objects perfectly to one another? You can do that by holding the V key after selecting the object and going to one of its corners. Then this small gray box will appear, and by clicking and holding it, you will be able to align it to another corner of another item, like this. You can also do it like this, for instance. To choose more object or to select more objects at the same time, hold the control key. And now you can move all objects all together, or you can scale them all together, and you also can delete them all together. Now, after we have covered all the basics, let's build an office building similar to this one, which I've built before recording this video. Now, our office building will not be as detailed as this one and not as big, because this took me several hours to build, but we will build something smaller so you get a rough idea. So let's first delete it and let's get started. I like to place a piece of furniture before I start. This is just for the scale, to have an idea how big things should be. So just let's place a bed, for instance. Now I will make another base plate. Let's go to shapes and let's create it. Let's apply a different color as well, so it's more visible. And yeah, I think this is fine. Okay, so now we have to add some pillars. We align it to the corner like this. Actually, it is more handy to first make one pillar and then duplicate it. Could be a two-story building. Yeah, let's do it like this, maybe a little higher. We'll have high ceilings. Good, now we just duplicate it, make 4 of it. Like this. Now we align it to the corners. Like this. This is very straightforward. Yes, and now we could make a floor. So for this, we again align it here to the corner. Make it a little higher. And now we move it to the middle approximately, because again, now we have this issue I've been talking before. You can't just simply place it like this and now expand the floor in these 2 directions to there. You cannot do that. You have to place it into the middle approximately, and now you have to scale it. Oops, I'm actually duplicating it. Sorry for that. Like this, and now we have to move it into position again, readjust it like this, and now we have to scale it again. Yeah, this is kind of annoying. Okay, I think this is enough just to get an idea how to make a floor. And another thing, what I don't like is that the textures, they scale up with the object or the item itself. So if I make this floor smaller like this, as you can see, the scale of the texture gets also smaller, which is a problem sometimes, because then the scale, of course, is not very accurate, as you can see. Never mind. Let's build our roof. For this, I just duplicate the floor here and I place it. And now we put it here like this. And now we can use our grids to make life easier. And copy this floor, duplicate. Now we can show the grid, or display rather say. Now we can place it on the grid, and we again align it to here, and then we just drag it down like this. And to make it look more interesting, we can now scale the plate, base plate, or the ceiling rather say, a little like this. Now I think it looks more interesting. And as we can see, our building is hovering in the air a little, so let's make the base plate a little higher. Like this. Yes. This looks way better. Good. So now what do we need? We need an elevator. So again, we go to shapes. I create a shape like this. No, that's not what I wanted. Here. Make it bigger. It's maybe even too big. Like this. I'll just make a single elevator. Don't want to waste too much time on it. So here's our elevator door. We place it here, then we align it to the corner here again, and now we move it into the middle, just like this. And now we select both objects, move them to the edge here, like this. So now it's the same height, and now we just move it inside. And no, I forgot to select the door as well. Just move it inside like this, and place it here, for instance. Doesn't make a big difference. Like this. Now we scale it like this, and now we would need to get the doors everywhere. I'll just add it here, the rooftop, so I save time. And now we have again aligned it to the corner, and now we just drag it down, just like this. And here we have our elevator. Now what we can do, we could build a small terrace. So let's display our grid. It's handy, and we'll place some grids, connect them, fences, and then what we will do, we'll just copy and paste it. Makes life much easier. Just like this. And now okay, I could actually add one more piece. Nope. Just like this, exactly. And now we just copy it, duplicate it, place it like here. Then we duplicate it again. We rotate it. I'm holding Control, so we achieve 90 degrees. Like this. And now we again select it, duplicate it, place it like here, and now we just have to connect all pieces together. And we created a terrace. So again, we choose all pieces just like this. Connected, and now we do the same process here again. And here we go. We created a terrace. Now we just have to move it into the right position. And as I can see, I also duplicated our roof, no problem. And I moved our elevator. No, this is not what I wanted to do. So we just move it back into position, like this. And now I can select it. And as you can see, now this elevator was selected too. And it will be very hard for me just to select this fence here. So what I can do, I can just simply delete the elevator like this. Select my terrace. And now I can go to the trash, put back the items I have deleted, just like this. But before that, actually, I have to place our fence like this, and now we can move it just like this, let's say, like this. And now I go to the trash can and I just remove or put back the items I just removed. And here I see that there's a hole in our fence that I'm not going to fix it now. It would take up too much time. So now we can create a small garden. So we go to floor. We place it like here. We scale it. We apply texture. Grass texture like this. And then we add some trees. Like this. And here comes our garden. So now we choose it. I hold the V key, I align it to the edge. And now I just move it into position, and here we go. We have created a garden. So what is missing? We need some furniture, right? Good. So we need a table and a few chairs. So 1, 2, 4 chairs, let's say. I select 2 chairs, I rotate them, just like this. Now I move the table. Like this. And now I just choose it, or rather say select it. I align it to the corner so it's the same height as our base plate, and now we just drag it to our terrace. There we go. So, this is basically how you add furniture. Here we could do the same process, but I think you have an idea. You can also place, for instance, TVs and all different types of furnitures. So here you can see a TV, and let's place it. Let's place it somewhere. You can place it here on the floor. Poor TV. Just like this, and let's add a sofa too. Place it here, here. Let's rotate it like this, and here, how we can watch TV. So what is missing? Windows are missing. So you can either use windows like this. I don't like them so much. I think they are not so suitable for our purpose. So I prefer to use glass panels instead. So, oops. Here's our glass panel. I like to set the opacity higher. You can of course apply different colors if you want to, and then we have to scale it. Move it to the corner. Now we move it to the middle and a little inwards, and now we scale it again. Just like this. Now we can move it again. Yeah, this is super annoying, but it's the way it is. And now we just scale it. And we have created a window. You can now duplicate the window and repeat the process on the other side. Just like this. And here on the sides too, of course. But I think this is enough for getting a rough idea on how to build office buildings in Somnium Space. The video would be otherwise too long. So I will stop here. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you have learned something new, and that's all from me today. Goodbye.